Hey everybody, Icy here. It's been a while. Uh, Between 2019 and 2023, gun deaths associated with children has risen by 50%. Now I find this to be very interesting with current events going on in regards to the Daniel Penny trial in New York City, and the fact that because he was acquitted, the chowderheads at Black Lives Matter are screaming for riots. They're screaming for following, vigilantes following and going after Daniel Penny. So let's put things into perspective, okay? Gun violence is terrible in this country. Now, I'm never going to say it's good and not a good thing. But the vast majority of the gun violence is committed by blacks upon blacks. And these gang members, they don't care about innocent bystanders. They just shoot indiscriminately. So that's why children are in the crosshairs for the vast majority of these shootings. Now, we had, when George Floyd died, while he was in police custody, he died of an overdose. The coroner said flat out, he died of an overdose. So it was not the police officers leaning on the back of his neck or any of that. It was strictly his own doing because he was a drug dealer and he was a drug user. So George Floyd died of an overdose, and billions of dollars worth of buildings, vehicles, and businesses were destroyed by fools supporting Black Lives Matter. And people donated millions to this organization. And what happened? The leadership of Black Lives Matter took the money, went out and bought themselves mansions, fancy cars, and tried to live the high life, being big shots. Now, once again, you have Daniel Penny, who dealt with a mentally deranged person that was saying that he was going to kill people, said he didn't mind if he went to jail, and he was willing to go to jail because that's, where he's going to get treatment, whatever. But an accident happened, the guy died as a direct result of interference by Daniel Penny. Now, which is more important? The life of a crazy person or the life of the innocent men and women that are in the subway at the time where this man is threatening to kill them? Sometimes you have to weigh the pros and the cons on every situation. And I firmly believe that Daniel Penny did the correct, action. Now, maybe he went a little overboard into chokehold, sleeper hold, whatever you want to call it. And I'm sorry the guy died, but at the same time, I'm not going to shed a tear over his death either. So now you have Black Lives Matter screaming for vigilantes targeting Daniel Penny, which is communicating a threat. And I have yet to see Black Lives Matter be arrested. Now, here's another question. How come you don't see riots when members of the black community, gang members, whatever you want to call them, kill a white person or a white child? You don't see calls for riots. You don't see the destruction of buildings. You don't see the screams of the family. You just see grief. So is it a double standard within the black community that they see a death by a white person as an opportunity to loot and make money? That seems to be the outlook, but that's not up to me to decide. Somebody comes after me or my family, I'll be in prison. They'll be in the morgue. That's just the way it is. My family is my life, and I protect my family. If I'm in a public conveyance, like on a plane or a train or subway, whatever, If someone is going to place the lives of other people in jeopardy, I wouldn't hesitate, just like Daniel Penny. I would rise up and I would confront them and deal with them. If I die, so be it. That's up to God, But the fact remains is that you have to stand up to criminals. You have to stand up to bullies. You can't let them control your lives. So that's my personal belief. Now, on another note, I was just listening to The Five tonight. Now, I enjoy listening to The Five, but they got this young lady there by the name of Jessica Tarloff, and she's singing the praises of Joe Biden. Greatest economy, great recovery, the most oil produced, the strongest recovery, blah, blah, blah. And I'm listening to this young lady, and I'm saying to myself, when is she going to get on her knees and start bowing to Biden? Because that's the way she was acting. Like he is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm sorry, but the man is a fool. The man that destroyed this country. The man doesn't have the backbone to stand up to anyone. Look what he's doing now. He's bombing Syria after the president of Syria fled. Why? Let the people in Syria deal with ISIS on their level. Why get involved? And Biden is still sucking up to Ukraine. Why? Because the son's involved, and that's, in my estimation, one of the greatest money laundering locations you can have. So I'm glad that he's on his way out. I'm glad President Trump won. And I want to see how things work after January 20th. Is he out?